Okay, so here we are again. It's video number 5 already. It didn't take too long, did it? And just before I forget, this was given to me by a mate of mine. It was at the last Carp show. Chris Ball, who's been a mate of mine for a long while, many of you will have heard of, should have heard of. He gave me this, which is a very limited edition, and hopefully you can see that. It's a picture of Chris with his very first double, caught in 1961, and 50 years later with still catching a big double, this time of 20, in 2011. So 50 years of catching carp. And Chris, for those of you who don't know, is Chris is known as Mr. Floater Fishing. He's made it into something of an art, which he's a recognised authority on. He is also the recognised authority, the oracle, as it would be. He's the oracle on all things carp fishing. Chris's house is full of old reels and rods and press cuttings and heaven knows what, all related to carp fishing. And it goes right back to the very early days, pre-Walker even, I believe, or pre-Walker's record. And so if there's a question on carp fishing and who caught what and when and whatever, then Chris is the go-to man. He also has a prized possession amongst many. I mean, he's got just so many you wouldn't know where to start. But he's also got one, what he calls the special album, which is just photos of, I say just photos, it's photos of probably all the historic catches of carp in the UK, from 19 whenever up until the current day, and specifically focusing on the halcyon years during the 60s, 70s, and perhaps even into the 80s. I think it goes beyond as well, but of course there's only so much you can fit into one volume, so I suspect Chris has probably got more than one. But the special album is definitely worth a visit. If you get the opportunity, if Chris does a slideshow or something, or if he's at one of the carp shows, make sure you visit Chris. He can normally be found on the Carp Talk stand, and yeah, it's well worth a visit. Yeah, in fact, if you ask him nicely, he might even show you a picture of me. I'm very proud to be included in the special album. He's got a picture of me with a 28 pound plus common. Photo taken on the dam wall, the classic Red My photo. And as I say, I'm very proud to be included in the special album. That fish has got special memories for me also because Len Arbery, who of course is another oracle, especially of all things Red My, recognised that fish as soon as he saw the picture. He recognised that fish immediately as the same fish that Jack Hilton caught at 24 pounds back in the day. It would have been about 1970, somewhere around there, just before Jack's book was published, Quest for Carp. And that fish, there's a picture of it, Len pointed it out to me, it's on page 160 in Jack's book. I think it's Bill Quinlan putting the fish back. But yeah, it was the same fish that Jack had caught, 24 pounds, so it's extra special for me. So yeah, as I say, proudly displayed in Chris's special album. So this is video number 5, we're still in the spring carp captures. There's a few on this video, a few clips. The weather started off all very nice, a nice mild dawn, birds singing, sun rising slowly. and I managed to catch a couple of fish during the course of the day. One, an amazing common. It's the standout fish for me because it was so long. It was 32 inches long. I mean, normally a 32-inch long common would be probably in the 30s, if not nudging them. But this fish, for some reason, it was just like a wildie. It was only 20.5 pounds. But you know, it didn't really matter because it fought just like a wildie and with a huge paddle. So that's a standout fish. So I'll leave you to look at the first captures of the day before moving on to any later ones.
Morning campers. For those of you who are unfamiliar with techniques, this is the gap swim, that being the gap, that being the island, that being the other island at the far end of the shallows, so the point's just over there at the base of those tall trees. And the name of the game here is to get your bait out. There's a bar comes off the end of that island, and where those little twiggies are growing up, which you should be able to see on TV. Alright, and the bar runs along about 20 foot or so from those bushes to the gap. But the name of the game is to get the bait either right in that gap or as tight as you can to those bushes, which is good fun. It's okay when it's like it is now, not too windy. Very sexy out there, but when it's breezy it's not quite so easy. Ha! Yes, okay. Right, and Dawn is over there somewhere. She's hiding behind the trees because the sun ain't come up yet. The moon has though, up there somewhere, I know. Hello, Mr. Moon. Oh, there he is. Yes, here we are. Looking very nice at this time of the morning. It's glowing orange for most of the night. Anyway, there we go. Bye bye.
Oh, another fat one. A beautiful pescado. Come on, baby. Oh, there you are. Not quite as broad as I'd hoped. Cracking fish. Got a scale missing there, but that's an old one. Old scar. Oh, beautiful. I'll have a look at the other side. So the first one I come across with a bit of mouth damage. It's not too bad though. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. And depending on what the sling weighs, it's only about 25, maybe 26. So we'll cover it back up. I like that side. A linear plus. We'll get the still camera out and have some fun with that timer. Although actually, the Hunchback, whatever his name was, of Notre Dame, as you can see, he's quite a fat little bugger. Hello.
not to mention stroppy. And he weighs in at 23 pounds. Look at him, the hunchback. And the flying hunchback. So look at the other side. As you can see, apart from his body shape, he's really a very nice fish. Okay. Out of water means stop fighting. Okay. Right. Another bar of gold, and this one, again on my little cane rod, again on floater. Looks like something out of Canadian Carp. It's £20 exactly, and it's 32 inches long. It looks like it's been crossed with a wildie. Perhaps it is a wildie. Absolutely stunning. Just didn't want to stop fighting. Oh, that's a good boy. I don't know if you can see that paddle. All the weight's in like belly region, head and shoulders. See that paddle? Oh, what a beauty. Quite light compared to all the others. Perfect mouth. Hello, Mum. Hello. Okay, time to go back. And as you see, being English is a lot better behaved than the Italian.
Now, unfortunately, the weather took a turn for the worst. The hares, a pair of hares were on the far bank, a few hundred yards away. Obviously paired up. It was March after all, so excuse me. So it was Mad March hares, although they weren't being particularly mad. So, as I say, I'm pretty sure they'd already paired up, ready for the breeding season. What else happened? Oh yeah, as I say, the weather turned. The sun was just going down. The weather turned. There was an amazing cloud formation came in from the east, and also my mate the cuckoo showed up, so you probably hear him performing. But luckily, all was not lost. There was one more surprise for me to have before I went home.
I think we've got a pair of hares. There, hares. Hello. Move you buggers. Could be just rabbits. Quite a way away there, with a naked eye. Hello, Mr. Rabbit. Oh, shut up, cuckoo. Any more? Yeah. Go on. Hello. Oh, look at this. What if the rabbits are here? Meanwhile, back at the roach, there's nothing happening. Look at this for texture. the sky. It's unreal. If you painted that, people wouldn't believe it. Look at it. It might be getting a bit wet through there. A nice big flat top. Ah, shut up, cookie. That's incredible, that thing. Must be great with polarised filter on it. A little fat one. Well, a not so little fat one. 24.5. It may not be long, but what it lacks in length, that makes up for in depth. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Some of that. Oh, hello. There we go. I hope this colour comes out, because this is so orange. Oh. Oh. You could say it's been tangled. Oh. Short, fat, relatively wide. Oh. Very punchy, as you can see. Oh. But like the rest, drop dead gorgeous. Oh. Oh. Okay, now just simmer down. Get the still camera, and then we'll be in business. Oh.
So there we have it. That's video number 5, done and dusted already. I've still got some more spring fish to show you, and then I'm going to be on to I'm going to do a floater one. So talking with Bawley at the 5 Lakes show, inevitably the floater fishing thing came up, and of course it's recently been revealed. I don't know if it's in the general press yet, I'm sure it won't be far away, that Pete Springate has achieved an amazing thing. He's actually caught a carp off the top in every single month for the past 4 years. Now Pete Springate's an amazing angler at the best of times, but to actually catch a fish off the top in every single month consecutively for 4 years is really, really very, very special. As if he hasn't done enough special things already. So there we go. So yeah, I think I'll do a floater fishing thing, although of course nowhere near on the scale of Pete Springate. So nice one, Pete, if you watch this, and I'll be seeing you soon anyway. So okay, until the next video, enjoy it all folks, and that's all for now. Bye.